both lost last week on their return from the long World Cup break. And Incheon make one change from the side defeated to Seoul last time out. Captain Lee Myung-ju came off injured in that game. He's replaced in the middle by recent loan signing from Jeonbuk, Kim Young-hwan. Lee Ju-yong wears the captain's armband today, and top scorer Stefan Magosa remains on the bench with Morgan Ferrier. Anyang make 3 changes. Lee Chang-yong is in at the back, having been sent off when Anyang last played Incheon. Further up the field, Kim Jong-hyun's into the midfield. Up front, Breno Herculano gets a start ahead of Kim Eun, who's on the bench. Anyang yet to find a regular scoring striker since the loan departure of Mota to Jeonbuk. And finally, underway. Keep an eye on the scores elsewhere with FC Seoul up against Gangwon. Table thinking what it would take. Pohang had Shin Kwang-hoon sent off in the 60th minute, so they'll be particularly disappointed that they weren't able to capitalise. As Breno Herculano goes down, cross closed down anyway, and a corner is coming for Anyang. This was the moment there. Kim Gun-hee is using every bit of physical strength. And a low cross, an opportunity! And is this onside? It's Kwon Kyung-won who's scored. And Anyang with a very bright start suddenly shine an even brighter spotlight on this evening. Just have a look, it's close initially, but Morgan Ferrier tracking back. It's disappointing for Incheon because he's not able to affect the game at all as a defender. His only contribution there, unwittingly, was to keep that line of Anyang players onside. And a tap-in for Kwon Kyung-won in the middle. A good early pressure. There'd been a warning sign already for Incheon when Herculano went down. Ji-young looks like he's just fooling everybody there. And it's a header down by Ferrier. It ended up carrying wide all the way out for a throw. But a decent ball in for Incheon. I think Yoon Jong-hwan had one job to do last year. That was lead Incheon to promotion, and he did that. That was after a flying season with Gangwon in K-League 1. Here's Jerso charging down the left for Incheon. And is this going to be a free kick on the edge of the box? It's Kim Jong-hyun. Who was, you can see Ferrier takes it on. He's got Jerso on the left. And Ferrier goes towards the middle, but it's before we even get to that point. It is wearing number 8, who bundles over Lee Dong-gul. And it's just snuck into the side netting outside of the post. Lee Ju-yong this time did take the free kick. Lee Dong-gul escapes the first challenge, then tries the cross, and it's behind for the corner. Defended by Che Kyu-hyun. Now watch out for Morgan Ferrier again in the air. It's beyond him, it's beyond as well the flying Kim Gun-hee. And disappointing end to the move for Incheon. Lee Jong-hyun with a chip forward, Morgan Ferrier with a header wide. That was at least a sign of progress because they got the ball into the box. Suddenly the ball loose from Mateus, and now Tae-Hanu back out to Mateus. Che wants it back, he collects it, and then strikes into the side netting at this end. Has a go for goal, and it's spilled. Ferrier just wasn't close enough to be able to threaten on the follow-through. Actually, white bodies in the way. Pretty much every outfield player from Anyang was inside the box then. Only Incheon outside. Jamin goes short, picks it up again. And it's Ferrier suddenly in a bit of space. Whistle blew. Inside the other box, and Itae's cross, and it's a great strike and a super save from Kim Dong-hun. Itae's cross. Che Hyun-woo with a volley, instinctive. Jerso now down the left. Oh, it's taken a touch. Back and forth. Jerso again on the left. Jerso again with a low ball. And Ferrier with a volley. Well, it was improvisation that turned into a pretty threatening attack for a moment there. Appearance of being the man to take it, and indeed he is. Chips it forward, headed across, down as far as Kim Young-hwan, who can't steer it goalward. It's going to be an Anyang free kick. Disappointing end to the move. Ferrier's attempted drive in, and then there's going to be a shot across to behind for the corner. Comfortably taken by Kim Jong-un. But Incheon to still have their say at the end of this half. They conceded just 3 minutes into the game. Not a million miles away from equalising. Around 3 minutes to go in the half. Incheon. 4 minutes into stoppage time as Sidong-gul hammers it goalward, and every time he's been called upon, Kim Jong-un has Jerso. Ferrier came off the back of his head and it's out for a corner. There is the whistle. Half-time it is. Incheon trail 1-0, an early goal from Anyang. The difference, it was the central defender, Kwon Kyung-won, from close range. No mistake. So we're about to get underway again. Incheon United 0, FC Anyang 1. Not really the full picture of the first half. And that's off target from the man just recently signed on loan from Jeonbuk. Backwards to Kim Young-sun. And it's into Kim Gun-hee, who had a wonderful strike from distance in the first half. That one. Well, there is a spin from Ferrier. It's gone to ground. He and the crowd feel there's a penalty shout there. It will be looked at. See here, Ferrier and Chanyeong, they're holding each other. Chanyeong immediately defiant. Here's the delivery. Ferrier is peeling off, but it's headed back off the crossbar before reaching him. Juanebita with a brilliant chance. Well, he has scored a couple of goals this season, Juanebita. Set piece specialist, perhaps you could say, and wasn't far off the mark there at all. And Magossa's header this time, on target, but safely into the keeper's arms. Anyang haven't really had much to speak of in their way of attacking, but Mateus with an effort on target to start to put that right in this second half. Kimon feeding it down the left. And there to collect it, the substitute Moon Sung-woo. Itae with a lovely little chip. Good improvisation. That's a big tackle on Ferrier. Has to wear it. Incheon making his presence felt from the bench. Ned Mota. There was the challenge of Ferrier. And Mateus following up. Having to be the last man at the back. Kim-un fighting to win the ball back. Leaves it for Kim Jae-hyun. And his attempt at a low cross is blocked, but Anyang will pick the ball up again. And Ferrier brings it down in the middle. Magossa! Blocked, and a chance for the substitute to make an immediate impact. Chesungu's shot blocked. Well, that's certainly better from Incheon. Magossa with a shot that was blocked. Most importantly, the header off the line. Here's an opportunity. Again, it's Kim Dong-han who's had to be pretty alert to the danger there. Kim Gon-hee with the ball in. Magossa with a header. Ferrier, Magossa over and over again. Reaching headers. Not able to really test. Ball bouncing loose. Particular until Mateus brings it down. The Anyang fans behind the goal, glowing purple. Magossa! Oh, how many big goals has he come up with for Incheon? Still time. On this free kick here. Serbian substitute Branislav Knežević. Also the low drive straight off the wall. Got here with a high ball taken in the air. And it's been a good performance from Kim Jong-hoon, the Anyang keeper, who's defending, almost showboating for the man who was sent off last time they met when Incheon won 1-0. It's Anyang with a reversal and winning 1-0 at Incheon to level things up and set up will be an intriguing third meeting between them later in the season, you'd think, but on the night it finishes Incheon United 0, FC Anyang 1.